Hi there, I'm Jules Brown and welcome to Off the Cuff Reviews. And today I'm going to review an album by the Vulgar Boatmen, play on words there, which is called You and Your Sister. This was released in 1989. It was produced by one-time original member of the Boatmen, Walter Salas Humara, who went on to form the Silos. So he wasn't actually in the Vulgar Boatmen at this stage, but he co-produced the album with Robert Ray, who was a member of the Vulgar Boatmen. Indeed, the Vulgar Boatmen's chief songwriters, Robert Ray and Dale Lawrence, originally met together whilst at Indiana University. Ray was 13 years older than Dale Lawrence, and they ended up writing songs together by exchanging tapes, by sending each other tapes in the post because they lived in two different states. I suppose this was in those days, back in the 70s and 80s, it's quite a rare thing to do. Maybe more popular now, made much easier, of course, because of the internet and because of digital, what we can do with digital sound. But they were doing it back then. This is a lovely album. They again, the Vulgar Boatmen, there are some similarities between them and the Silos. In the original member, Walter Salas Humara, of the Silos, produced this album. It starts off with a lovely poppy catchy number called Mary Jane, which has kind of like got the Feelies kind of feel to it. The Feelies meet Velvet Underground. Just a few chords, full of energy, guitar orientated number. Track number two is a track called You and Your Sister, which is obviously the title track. Mid-tempo number, this one, acoustic based, poppy on the poppy side of folk, jangly guitars. It reminded me a little bit of Freddie Johnston sound, obviously. Largely before Freddie Johnston, I would say, but to some extent they were contemporaries of him. So that's a lovely number. The whole album starts off really well, actually. Third track, Margaret Says. This is a lovely tune, straight ahead, just a straight ahead good song, with an unforced, the vocal is really nice on this album, unforced, natural lead vocal, nice guitar work on this one as well. Track number four is a mid-tempo to slow song called Katie. Nice harmonies in the song, vocal harmonies. Again, it's sort of like displaying their own identity. There are influences there, of course, as I've mentioned already, but just another really pretty song. The fifth track is called Drive Somewhere. Now, this really does drive along in a kind of, does remind me a little bit of The Clean, generally an Antipodean feel to it. The Clean at times, the Bats even. And also I can imagine maybe Grant McLennan of the Go-Betweens singing this song. It's got a lovely guitar line, and all the time I'm mentioning these people that I think it sounds like. I'm not saying that they're ripping them off at all. They've got their own. The Vulgar Boatmen very much have got their own identity. They just, if for me to review it, I have to throw in some reference points so that if you haven't heard it, you know roughly what it sounds like. So that's what I'm doing. Track number 6, Decision by the Airport. So this is a nice quirky acoustic based number. Just another lovely song. Track number 7, I'm going on because it's an acoustic album. I haven't actually shown it. Here it is. CD. I've only got it on CD. I wouldn't mind it on vinyl, but money. Track number 7, Change the World All Around. This is a euphoric, jangly song with viola. I think it's a viola rather than a violin, and strings present with a really powerful chorus. They do have an ear for a hook line. Certainly do. Track number 8, Fallen Down. This has got a 60s sounding falsetto voiced chorus, very poppy and a bright sounding song. And that's Fallen Down. Track number 9, No Editing Warranted. I carry straight on with reference to my notes in a semi-professional way. Track number 9 is Hold Me Tight. Not sure about the hair today. This is a slower number, introspective, jangly, nice harmonies, tasteful guitar solo. And it sounds like a harmonica under the guitar solo. It's either a harmonica or an organ, I would have thought. But it's very quiet in the mix. Another nice song. Track number 10, Cry Real Tears. This is more up tempo with a poppy side of rock and roll retro feel to this. I hesitate to say being retro or retrogressive. I hesitate to say it's a filler because it's another good song. Track number 11, Drink More Coffee and Waste. The lyric is, the song is Drink More Coffee. The lyric is Drink More Coffee and Waste More Time. Right up my street. This was co-written by Carey Crane and Walter Salas-Humara of the Silos. Quite an interesting, quirky number again. Just interesting drumming and time-changing drumming in the bridge. Believe it or not, vocally and musically to a certain point, this reminds me of early In Excess. Yeah, now that's, you may think, oh, well, I'm not sure about that. But no, try it. Listen to this song. Yeah, it's got a bit of Kurt Pengilly all over it. Or is that me? And to finalize the album, we have The Street Where You Live, which is a lovely understated mid-tempo track. Closes off this brilliant album. I can imagine John Cale singing on this. He doesn't need to, because the guys do a good enough job on their own. But it's such a beautiful way to close this album. It leaves you feeling with a warm glow, if you will. So yeah, there it is. I'll show you it again. There it is. I reckon if you can find this album, I would recommend it. It's a lovely album. And I'm going to give it, I gave the Silos Cuba album, basically, I gave it 8.25 out of 10. So I'm going to give this, You and Your Sister by the Vulgar Boatmen, I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. It just edges it. It just edges it for me. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Jules Brown. You're listening to Off the Cuff Reviews. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please do so. Me and the guys back there will be very happy with that. And just click on the subscribe icon and we'll be very happy. And hope to see you again with another review of something completely different. Stay tuned. Signing out. Bye-bye.